Louise Fisher, thank you for being here on my channel. You are a Danish journalist and you made a report in a swingers club near Copenhagen. The special thing is that you had sex during this report for Radio 4. Were you surprised by the worldwide buzz your story generated?
Yes, very much. I had no idea this would go so far. I mean, it's in the news all over the world, and I thought it was just another job.
Uh, 30 years ago, French comedians did a sketch about condom ads and cultural differences between Europeans on this issue. Denmark was portrayed as a very liberal country in sexual matters. In your opinion, what explained this reputation?
I think it's because it's true. Denmark and Danish people are very liberated. We have sex with whoever we want to have sex with, and we educate into whatever we want to, and we can take the job we want to. And that's also what I see now with all the reactions from my interview in the Swingers Club, that the questions in Denmark is not so much why I had sex, but more why I did it this and that way journalistically. Whereas in the rest of the world, everyone is in shock that I had sex because it's too much, they think.
Yeah. So, were you in journalistic mode throughout the story, even while you were having sex, or well, the woman was, yeah?
Yeah, I was in. Yes, I was in the journalistic mode all the time. I was really trying to make a good interview, and I was really trying to focus. It was a bit difficult at some points, but that's also when I said to myself and to the others, like, I need a break now because this is still my job.
Okay, you seem to have a lot of positive feedbacks. However, there were also some critical voices. One of them wrote, "Had a man, I quote, had a man had sex on the radio, he would probably have had the whole country against him." End of the quote. How do you respond to that?
I think it's a very interesting point of view. I've been wondering myself what would happen if a man did the same thing, because I don't think it would have the same reaction. I think maybe I don't think he would be cheered upon as much as I've been cheered upon. I think maybe he would just get a reaction that he's I don't know, gross or just thinking with his dick, you know. But I don't know. I maybe someone should try and see what the reactions are.
uh, Immigration from countries such as Afghanistan or Somalia poses a number of problems for European countries when young men who have lived in and grown up in conservative societies arrive in liberal societies like ours, Denmark or France or Germany, however, whatever, they tend sometimes to behave inappropriately with women. What is your view on this issue?
I haven't experienced that myself at all. I feel that most men treat me well, both immigrants and ethnical Danish people, and some treat me bad as well. I mean, I don't really see
Yeah.
the difference, but I guess some other people have experienced that.
But the Danish government is seeking for asylum seekers free country. They want to put their asylum seekers in Rwanda. Is it? What is your opinion on that? Is it a reality or?
I don't have any opinion on that, actually. I try to keep my own opinions out of the debates and the discussions. I think that's up to the politicians to discuss subjects like that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.